Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Gamers Therapy. It's Sunday. Thank you guys for listening on all the areas that you do, Podbean and the other outlets that we have for our podcast. We really appreciate you, all of you guys on all ends there. So, hey, today we got a little bit of a subject for you we thought we would do. So we thought we would go ahead and see as far as what's going on there. We are always trying to see what's going on. Tried something new, and guess it's not working the way we were thinking. Well, that's okay, though. We will just go ahead and try again another time. So, I don't know. Going to try a different place to send it to also.
Hey, Charles.
But, yeah, let me get the comments over here up. Afternoon, Charles, or evening. And for those of you there joining us on Podbean, I see we got some people there too, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. I guess a lot of chit-chat online there, so about Warhammer dying out. And me and Ashley just been kind of kicking it around during the week, and I think we'll kind of start with that, Charles. Is Warhammer is pretty widely known, actually. By the way, I think you'd fit in as a salamander, like you said. I think you would like
orcs.
those, or orcs. I think you would like those.
Yeah, good at either.
Yep, and of course you could use them for other things too if you wanted. But it's there's just been a lot of chatter about that. I guess in my opinion, I don't see them.
I don't see it ending.
I don't see it ending. I see there's a lot of dissatisfaction with Games Workshop. Yes, because of their shenanigans over the years, but
Telemachus!
Hello,
Welcome.
Telemachus.
Greetings, future Warhammer players.
Yeah, because Charles is one of them, Telemachus. Charles says perfect timing. He just finished vacuuming his floor.
Yep.
That's what the dog's for. If we tend to drop something, this dog is on it so fast.
Oh, I know.
We don't really have a chance to do anything. She grabs it. So, and most of our floors are like laminate flooring, so we end up having to mop a lot. Yeah.
At one point, we had carpet in our living room. We ripped that out real quick.
So Telemachus says it ebbs and flows according to the pricing schemes they enforce. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
It does. And then, of course, there's people I've talked to that said that with 10th edition, it's brought them back, and some of the newer sets. This Legion Imperialis that we're kind of switching over to is, I had no idea it was as huge as it was, simply because I wasn't playing that area. But after doing some research, and I can see why, because in the grand scheme of things, these box sets, you're getting a lot,
150 models.
And Telemachus brings up a point. He said, game equivalent is what? You want this?
Yeah, give me that.
But I want people to be able to hear.
They'll be able to hear you.
The timing. Game quality is irrelevant. It's all about marketing, either you like it or not. I think that's true with any game, honestly.
Oh, it doesn't matter, yeah.
But on the other hand, Games Workshop does have nice models. They do. I have not run across any junk, although I don't have all the models, and I will never be able to afford to have them all. But I've seen a few other guys talking about it, and I don't know. I see there's some people there's a lot of Warhammer players who are actually playing one-page rules now with their models.
I've done it.
So, yeah, Ashley's done it. It's a simpler way to game, I guess, overall. So I see that, but I haven't seen a lot. Oh, hello, Yo7. You're in and out of the room for a bit. That's okay. Thank you for stopping by, man. So I haven't seen too much of a mass leaving Warhammer. I've seen quite a few videos in the past couple weeks of guys getting back into it, is what I've seen. Yeah, Tilimika says it's truth. In a game, Warhammer's just the 800-pound hippopotamus in the stadium.
Pretty much.
They're top of the chain, food chain with it. Charles says, am I wrong in what I think? I've learned that there's no true salamander, only figures that you have to use some other figures to make your salamanders.
I can double check, but I believe you are correct.
Well,
because it's just the paint job, I believe.
Yeah, it's the paint job that makes them the salamanders. So it's just like I could buy a box of Marines and make them whatever. However, they do tend to. I thought there was some salamander.
I'm actual looking.
Yeah, there is. There's a salamander.
Right here.
Yeah, combat patrol.
Hold on. That is World Eaters. That is
World Eaters.
Not what I wanted. That's a salamander, just one figure.
Yep.
One figure.
There you find there was a box of them. Right there.
No, that's one model. I mean, you can get them off like eBay.
Yeah.
That are pre-painted.
So you can get your Marines and paint them. The characters are unique, yeah. They have their own chapter. So it's I've seen. Well, you can get online and see quite a few. I thought they had a box set. They do have boxed models though. That definitely are.
No. World Eater. Space Wolves.
Yeah, I don't see a combat.
Quit, baby.
Hold on, we'll have to let her out. There's Ashley's kind of looking. There's quite a few
Ultramarines.
Hello,
Black
Mini
Templar,
Warmont. How are you?
Thousand Suns, Imperial.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's what I said. There's a box set. There you go. So, crap, I can't show you with this stupid software. So, Warhammer does make a Salamander Combat Patrol. And that's just somebody selling their own set. It has 20 figures, it says.
Yeah, this is just a control. Okay.
It's a Combat Patrol with 20
All right,
figures.
let me let her out and go grab some more coffee.
So, yeah, you can buy a box set of it. It's just the other factions seem to be more prevalent, but we found a box set there. On the other hand, you can take Space Marines and give them the paint job because they're just a different chapter. You can literally take any Space Marines, as far as I understand, and you could create your own chapter too. Because I remember in the beginning of the rulebook, I think it was 8th But anyways, they generally tell you, here are the rules, but you can make it your own. Although people generally don't, but you can. You can completely, as long as you and the other person agree to it. But that's why one-page rules, I think, is really gaining ground because almost everybody will have, what can I say? Everybody's going to have, an issue for the most part. But I'm losing my train of thought. But Warhammer in and of itself, it's so big. I don't see it dying off on anything. There you go. Telemachus says Warhammer 40k Salamanders, Primaris upgrades and transfers. So you could get head and shoulder pads. I know you get the decals in the boxes. May Warmuth says he likes his Desert Angels that he made. Yep. And Walkabout says, hey ho. Hey, thanks for recognizing me this time, Walkabout. So I think Charles, you'd have fun with the figures anyways. And I think the orcs you would like too, because you know, they're kind of like the universe's respected rednecks kind of thing that way. Maybe one day after you finish other figure models in about 2 to 3 years. Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do for getting your figures done. Oh, maybe you did the last time. Walkabout says he did, but I just didn't see it. It's possible. I don't see everything. And I've been just kind of Mini Warmuts had me as a character in his RPGs. My guy still can't roll very well, even if someone else does it. Tillamookah says it takes saving 2 to 3 years for 40k. If you just get a regular box set, you're probably okay, but it does get expensive on some of that. Like the knights are cool and stuff, but I'm not. You're probably never gonna see me with one because I don't. I'm not gonna pay $800, for a plastic model. Walkabout says he's trying to paint so much before he has to start packing to move. Oof. Yeah, you gotta hurry up and get those painted to move. Good luck on your move, Walkabout. I hope it all works out for you, man. And speaking of Warhammer, Keegan and me are going to get together Saturday. And next week, he finally has a day off. He says he wants to sit down and try the miniature version we got, the Legion Imperialis. He wants to kind of do a little tabletop overview of the rules. Keegan, if you're listening, you can't hide like you can in tanks. It's not gonna work. So, yeah. Tomika says he didn't like when they added knights to the basic game in 6th edition. Keep it epic. Soldiers, not mega monsters. Yeah, I don't. To add a Titan to the regular force would be pretty overpowering, So, again, I don't have them. Now with Legion Imperialis, they're completely affordable to throw in the game. And there's just back and forth on, why did they change their epic scale? I was wrong and I was corrected repeatedly. I thought it was 6mm because it used to be, but apparently it's more like 8. They changed it. Some think it's because that way it outdated the other models so people buy new armies. Maybe they did it because it's a little easier to put together in the scale that it's at now as opposed to any smaller. That's a possibility. Yes, Walkabout is asking Mutt if he's seen the Modifius releasing the solo RPG Fallout. I did. I've been paying attention to it, and yeah, you can get that too. Matter of fact, I sent Mini Warmutt a box of Fallout. However, part of me kind of regrets it now because you can use those if you want in the RPG too. And they also have some of the newer characters that I've already been looking at that. Modifius has some good stuff. So, yeah. But absolutely, it looks like it'd be a good RPG there, Walkabout. And then Aliens has some newer ones, too. Yeah, Mini Wormut says he'll get that Fallout solo. Yeah. You can order that. It should be pretty good. You already got all those miniatures and all the stuff, so you'd be good for it. You're getting 5 parsecs Planetfall, Mini Wormut says, and Walkabout says he pre-ordered. I was looking at. Let me find out where it is.
That's your bone, yes. Chew your bone.
What are you doing, Ash?
Oh, telling her to chew her damn bone.
Yeah. So, Aliens RPG, they are really got some add-ons there. And
what did Wad pre-order?
The RPG for
The
Wasteland.
Fallout?
Yeah, the one I was showing you a few weeks back. They were coming out with that. So, Alien has the RPG too, and
this sucks.
they also did. I can't find it. Where did I show you that one yesterday, Ashley? Where it was?
You showed me just a video of it.
Yeah, I wanted to pick it up for the miniatures. And it was Alien RPG, the Rapture Protocol. And they have the miniatures set, which is separate for Rapture Protocol. They even have their own, gamers or Dungeon Master screen, whatever you'd like to call it. So it's kind of interesting, also, the Alien RPG. The solo RPG is blowing up, Mini Wormut says. Yes, it is really coming back into style there. Noble Knights having a clearance. Resistance is futile. That's the Borg saying, huh? You won't stop till you hit $150.
Oh, that's easy to do.
That's pretty easy to do, these days.
Oh, that's a cool one. I might get back into Death Guard. That one has a tank.
Yeah, with missiles.
It's only 13 miles.
That's all you need. It's the Death Guard. It's not like it's. So, Walkabout says he's glad he waited on Aliens RPG. He almost bought the latest version, or the last version, saw the new one coming out. All right, Mini Wormut, if you got to go shopping, go shopping.
Charles, it looks like the cheapest I could find a Salamander Combat Patrol is about $160.
Yeah, that's about
average
for a Combat Patrol.
Yeah, they run between 130 and 180 predominantly. And they just go up.
Yeah. I'm sure Mini Wormut's going to shop. So yeah, the RPG for Fallout has gained.
He can still listen.
Who?
Brian. He said, "I'm still here. I can listen and no night shop."
Oh, you're multitasking. Yeah, that's okay.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. So Fallout, the series on Amazon really. You guys all know me. Like, I just don't watch crap for TV or shows, but Fallout was pretty good, and it stayed pretty accurate to the story, and the characters. It just worked. It's become very popular, so I think they're up for 5 seasons. So the new RPG Mini Wormut is going to have the newer characters in it too. So you probably, if you haven't seen the show, watch the show. But it's
that's good. What I wanted to see. If I can't find the Ghoul as a free PDF,
you're not going to find
with
that.
Meat Bag or whatever is the dog.
It's dog meat.
Dog meat.
Dog meat. Yeah, not meat bag. That's what people are referred to as meat bags. However, the RPG would be cool, but we never got through Twilight 2000. So
hey, blame that on Keegan.
I think.
Well, no, we ended up Mythos having a death in the family. So
yeah, there was a whole bunch that went on, but the RPG thing, the solo RPG thing, is huge.
Kill Team Rulebook.
So can you just second there, Ash? So Walkabout says he's trying not to spend much, but new minis for Fallout. Yeah. So I seen those, and I'm I'm going to be getting those. That's one
Are we
thing
gonna
I'd
end
like
up
to
getting
get.
Fallout again?
No, I would like to get the miniatures because you can get the dog and the ghoul, and you could get her.
I really don't care about Lucy. I want the ghoul and the dog.
Well, they come together, so I'd buy them. You already have the Fallout cast. Oh, nice. Well, they have a newer box with the rest of them. You have all of them. You have both boxes.
Right, we can get a Nuka-Cola.
Yeah, you can get a Nuka-Cola refrigerator if you want.
You're gonna let me spend $600?
No.
That's what I thought.
Well, I'm glad you guys already got them because I was gonna get them too, just to have in the paint. I think if you're gonna do the RPG, that'd be cool. They had a set with some more people in it. Walkabout from the new show. Her dad, and you got that figures too. Is that what you're talking about, Mini Wormut?
They have a rubber ducky as the ghoul. All right, at the cart.
Okay. So Ashley never cared for Fallout the game. She never really gave it a chance.
The one I played was I think 4, and it started out okay, and then you watch your family get murdered.
Yeah.
And your child get taken. No. That's just like, I'm done.
Well, yeah, the Wasteland's not a nice place.
This was before the Wasteland. It's
before the Wasteland, yes, but the world itself is not a nice place either.
The T60.
Yeah, there's a company making the T60 power armor for you to buy, but they're not just making a costume like they do with Stormtrooper stuff. These outfits actually have the glass works. It has night vision and all that stuff, the heads up stuff, and it actually all works. It's not for show. I don't even know if you could what the price would be, but they're going to be killing it. They're going to be making money on that.
Unless I don't have the ghoul though.
So the cast is, it's dystopian. Telemachus says, well, I mean.
Lucy one.
The whole, Ashley's now finding where they make
Maximus.
The duck version of all the characters.
I'm getting the ghoul. I'll spend the $10. That is just cool.
It's a ghoul with a duck head. A little rubber ducky head. So, but there's always been a lot of stuff.
There's actually quite a bit of
that Modifius has had out for a while. It's just that people didn't really notice so much because Fallout was kind of a smaller niche, and I think they made money, but it just isn't widespread, But that new RPG is going to be taking people in, like Mini Wormut, sucking them in like a vacuum.
Is this
because
the whole box, or
if you've got the time and you just game by yourself, then you're going to do it. Walkabout says it's an exoskeleton frame for the armor. Actually, the one I seen wasn't an exoskeleton frame for the armor. It was literally these two guys were building a suit, and they were showing you, and it works. I mean, if people can do this, then I'm sure the military has things far beyond that we just don't know about. But it would be pretty cool either way if you had the money just to tinker around with it.
These are cool.
Yeah.
Little nukes. What?
That's okay. Just don't keep talking over me, damn it.
I'm talking just because you can't talk louder.
Interesting. They sell the liquid death drinks with
Killer Cola
with Fallout, which I'm not too sure. I don't think I want to drink something that says liquid death. Ho ho, Bo Paints Minis. How are you?
Hey, Bo.
You're painting 40K minis now. All of ours are done for our Legion Imperialis stuff.
Yep, I finally finished.
Ashley finally finished hers and put her video up.
There you are.
And the little rhinos I got done. So
that's correct.
We're good. We're going to try to throw a game on Saturday and get the rules down so we can get it going.
They do have him. It's a bobblehead.
Yeah, they have. Ashley's just now basically finding out about Fallout merchandise. There's a lot of it. The local
Thank
store
you.
there, I'll bet you the little tin lunch boxes that they have with the game in it are all gone now.
Oh,
So
I guarantee it.
they used to
What are you doing? Quit!
used to sit there because a lot of people didn't know. But Amazon pretty much
Come here.
made that show is just gaining grounds, and the more
Come
ground
here.
it gains, the more people that's going to get into the Fallout stuff. So, which absolutely I couldn't get anybody to play it with me.
Come here. Come here.
Sabo Paints Mini says that's good and bad is that I have an army with limited range, which makes my purchase self-limiting.
Come here.
What army are you painting, Bo? Ashley has Tyranids. They're not good at range, but boy, if they get up close and get you, you're in trouble.
Mine's are. I'm gonna just outnumber you.
Yeah, the Tyranids are not fun to go
But that's
against.
how my Death Guard was too. I had a couple that had some decent range, but other than that, it was.
Death Guard are nasty though. They until they nerfed them, and then they're coming back.
They're still pretty nasty. Oh, we have that bow plugged in. I need to.
Telemachus says, will some players cite burnout from 10th edition, rising cost, and complex, frequently updated rules? They're generally viewed as growing pains rather than signs of collapse. Yeah, I would say so, Telemachus, because I don't see Warhammer dying. I mean, other games strive to try to get what Games Workshop has. They try to achieve that. So I don't see that at all. You know, I mean, lots of people, I like the one-page rules. They are simpler. And I think to get people integrated into Warhammer, you would start them with something simpler to give them some kind of background before you put them into that. Let's see. Bo Paints Mini says he loved the first season of Fallout. You have to watch the second. You should, sir. It's
You're okay.
you need to see it. It's good. Oh, okay. Bo says no by range. I meant range of the line. Gotcha. Your Death Guard has like 10 units, but Death Guard have always been a pretty good group.
You don't want to
Ice Wolf says hi. Hello, Ice Wolf. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing good.
Show your pretty face. Go say
And-
hi to Here, see?
Oh,
Say
Beth
hi.
is saying hi to everybody, or at least Ashley's making her.
Wait. Nope.
She's just big. So Telemachus says the cultural impact Warhammer franchise has transitioned from a niche hobby to a mainstream. Yep. Gathering its position in the game market. And you know what?
Thank you.
The video games that have come out over the years have kind of slowly led up to the Space Marine one, which is just kicking some serious butt. It's pulling in Ashley.
Sorry, she bit my finger.
Good grief. It's really oh man. Lost my train of thought with all that background there. But anyways, to me it's pulled a lot of people that didn't know anything about it into looking at it. Because I've seen some of the video game streamers playing it going, man, I gotta look into this. You know, I mean, because they love the video game, which it's gained ground. And so I don't think, and with it being so mainstream these days, they're not going anywhere. Yes, Games Workshop polls, pricing shenanigans. Yeah, they need to have someone up there to straighten them out on a moral compass and get it, a little bit more, not so greedy. But the game is just going to continue forward. And I think, too, that's part of the reason that Imperialis has really taken off. There's no way, you guys, I could afford everything at full scale that came in that box. The box was a killer deal. You can have a nice big army for less than half of your average starter box. I mean, it's crazy what you're getting unit-wise for the price.
That and I would never have picked a different faction either.
Yeah.
Actually, I would have went with Death Guard, but no, Clint decided to get it.
Oh, don't be so hurt. You're okay. Bo Paints Me says, it's not hard to get Death Guards to 2,000 points.
No, Death Guard is easy. Just like with Tyranids, it's easy to get them.
You can...
And you have a lot.
yeah, the points add up pretty quickly. But just to give anybody an idea, that I didn't say before, the rest of you guys, I mean, this box came with 150 miniatures, six interceptors, four Kratos tanks, six Land Raider Proteus tanks, four Sicarian tanks. I mean, I couldn't afford to go buy six Land Raiders right off the bat. Um, Multitudes of dreadnoughts. I'm not familiar with the Drado dreadnoughts, but there's different versions of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. Dreadnoughts in here. Leviathan dreadnoughts with cyclonic meltalances. So I mean, pretty devastating things. Terminators, support legionnaires with missile launchers, contemptor dreadnoughts with twin laked las cannons, and just on and on. So you got all these units for about the same price as a regular combat patrol. And there's just no way, money wise, that you're going to come up and do that with the full scale, 32 millimeter models that they've got. So, price wise, that's the way to do it, I think. It should be a little bit funner, but I do like Kill Team. It's quick paced. You're not strung out on it for a whole weekend, just because nobody has the time. If I had the time to play all day or to sit and do, like, I'm kind of envious of you, Mini Warmut, to a degree, because you got the time to sit, and obviously you got to have time to do the solo RPG thing. You got to have uninterrupted time to do it. I would like to do that, but there's just no time right now for me. And
No,
maybe
man.
down the road, the Fallout RPG would be good. I certainly enjoyed the Fallout regular game, and it was the reason I gave it to Mini Warmut is it's geared with it was one of the first few that really was
You have your
and
bone.
kind of refined,
Chew your bone.
really refined the solo play aspect, and all gamers who are honest gamers, you're not gonna, if you don't cheat on this stuff, it's just gonna be a fight, especially when it's randomized like that, So I don't know. I think a lot more people will get pulled into it. But back to Warhammer, I don't think it's going nowhere. It's just kind of a juggernaut in the industry. Um, when they forced everybody to stay home for COVID, that just shot the gaming thing through the roof. I did DoorDash back then because, well, someone had to take food and stuff to all the people staying home. So doing that, I had picked up, as for extra money. But man, you have no idea how many times I got sent to Walmart or other stores to pick up games, board games, like Shoots and Ladders and Monopoly, but lots and lots and lots of board games. Not so much video or electronic games, but people were sitting down again. And as a family, because they were locked down, they were playing. So they were doing something that had kind of just gone to the wayside. And man, since then, man, look at Kickstarter and all that in the last couple of years. And GameFound's really, really gaining ground on Kickstarter, as far as launching games. So the upside to that whole mess is people did start spending more time with their kids and their family members or their friends.
No, ma'am.
I just go ahead and let her out and leave the door open so she can run back and forth. So that boosted it. You know what I mean? That boosted the gaming stuff. It was quite often, right down to Nerf guns, because I had one trip especially where the lady thanked me at the door because her whole goal was to have a Nerf gun fight with her kids. It's, because she never got to really do it. So they did. It was like 8:30 at night or something. I dropped that off. So gaming's getting back into, things are kind of coming back around that way, from what I've seen. So I don't know how you guys feel, but I think it's cool. It's like I've said a billion times, it's the golden age of gaming. We have there's so many games out there. I simply don't have the time or the money to go into all these games. I would really like to. It would be nice to be a grown-up lottery winner or something, where you could get up every day and just
I'd still make you go to
screw
work.
around and game and enjoy it. Well, no, you wouldn't be able to make me do anything.
Because we wouldn't have any money left.
No, you're the one I would have to cut off because I would just hear a semi truck beep beep beep. Be what's that? Oh, that's Ashley's.
Oh, the new
Amazon
shed.
order, for the day. But yeah, many more. But you should big time since you're able to get the RPG and go for it because it is something that is coming back around and people are becoming more and more interested in. And then plus two, parents are starting to see that it's not so good that their kids are nonstop in front of a screen, and so there's a little bit of a shift where video games held all the attention and were the thing. There's a whole lot of regular gaming that's coming up and all the old school stuff. Like, and I'll tell you something funny. If you go back and look through my videos, I think you got to go back quite a ways, but I did a Pac-Man video.
Oh, yeah.
And in my analytics, if I look at in my YouTube analytics, that thing is getting views every single day.
I believe that was when we
70, 80 views or more every single day. And it just continues to gain views all on its own. And what is it about? Pac-Man, which was actually a fun little game you could do on the tabletop. And it's a continuously, I don't have to do anything. It just continuously is getting views. It's always in the top 3. I'll sit there and go, oh, here are my recent live stream did good, and then there's Pac-Man right on its butt, chomp chomp. And it's just one of those things where people are going back to it. So I think it's cool. I think it's a fantastic thing. But as far as
5 years ago,
yeah, and it's still getting views every day.
44,
Look at that. 5
44K.
years ago, and it's gotten 44,000 views on its own.
I believe that's actually the one that has the
44,000
most.
views. And it's Pac-Man board game unboxing. And so, I don't know, man. That tells me there's an interest in, tabletop board games.
You might have to get that game for Crystal again.
Yeah.
And just redo it.
And yeah, probably should. So, it's just, I don't know. I think it's cool. You got quite a few people get back into it. It's kind of like D&D was always there, and now it's just mainstream because you got several Hollywood actors. If they're not, I understand a lot of them are caught up in this whole mess that's going on, but there's a few of them that ain't, and they're doing Dungeons and Dragons, and so this is just being brought more forward. Or like you're talking about 5 parsecs from home, and all this stuff is coming back around again, where before it was movies and video games, and people are slacking off of that movies things too, so that's why a lot of these companies are suffering subscription cuts. And of course, then again, some of that's their fault for being involved with the wrong crowd. That's about all the further I'll go with that. So then they wonder why they're losing subscribers by the thousands.
No, where'd you get that? That is not yours. Give me that.
Puppy time.
Maya's dragon.
That's Maya's, yeah. So yeah, Fallout's if you can get a chance to watch it, watch it. But Warhammer, I disagree with some of those guys. You're just not gonna stop the juggernaut. I don't see it ever going away. I'm with everybody. I think their pricing is
their pricing's overly done, but
they've got to stop the greed. I mean, there comes a point when you run a company where yes, you have to make money to pay employees and pay the lights and pay the insurance and pay your taxes and blah 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 blah. But you also, you want people to continue, then you don't want to just continuously jump prices. And the codexes, to me, are too many too fast. Um, and they got to stop pandering to everybody that complains. Because, I mean, if I go get my butt handed to me in a game, I guess I better rethink my strategy. It doesn't, I'm not going to write Games Workshop and say, I'm upset. I want this change or that change or whatever. Some of these should be like the Tyranids. They should be an overwhelming force. They're just an unending thing. They should be overwhelming. And no, they're not a winnable scenario. They would never be a winnable scenario with them. So if you're going to win fights, you're going to have to learn how to fight against them. A lot of flamethrowers, they don't like fire. So restructure what you're doing, and I think that's what a lot of people have done. But I don't see people. I don't know. I've seen quite a few little shows. This is just my little take on it, and I think for all intents and purposes, it's not going nowhere. And you either play it because you like it, like I do. I don't play it because I support greed. I like the game, and I like my Space Marines, so I play them. But then again, I like the one-page rules and play that too.
But you won't go and put your Space Marines in.
No, two different things. I got my Human Defense Force for that, so it is what it is. Walkabout says, "Puppy." I'm just gonna go back and catch up on some of these comments here. Sorry. Icewill says too many rules for 40K and too many updates. I wholeheartedly agree. The rules need to be simpler, and they got to quit changing them all the time. One-page rules isn't a gnat on Games Workshop. You know what? On Game Charge, you know what? Yeah, it's not going to overtake Games Workshop. I think that they have a niche for disgruntled people from it, and they also have a niche for people like us who already like that kind of thing, but on a simpler version. Because honestly, I think it is overcomplicated. Rules, obviously. Bo Paints Mini says, "Bring Nurgle Cultist back for the 11th edition." And Icewill says, "Doing good. I see the doggy is growing." Yeah, she's 4 months old, and that's how big she is. 50 pounds, Ashley says. Yeah.
Well, she was 42 last month. Her next appointment is this upcoming Wednesday. So in 3 days? So I'm assuming she's probably close to 50 pounds.
She's pretty damn big for 4 months. Walkabout says 8mm is a good skill for painting. Yep. And the skill of the game on the battlefield. Yep. I agree with you. I like the scale. I like what they've done with it. And I like the fact that I'm going to get more than what I normally could afford to field in a box for an average price of a combat patrol. I'm going on the full scale models. I'm going to be able to field a much larger, more in-depth army on the field. It's just they're smaller, but that's okay. I like the small stuff anyways. Hence, I have 6mm tanks. Bo says, "The Dorito Dreadnought, the derpiest of the grim derp." He's just there for the painting. Yeah, Telemachus says Games Workshop is actively investing in new production facilities, expanding their Nottingham headquarters to meet this demand. Well, you've heard of Warhammer World coming, right? So they're not.
We don't have one of them coming up here, do we?
Yeah, coming to the United States. It's all.
Oh, that's right, but it's not going to be anywhere near us.
You're not going to go. You don't want to go. It's okay.
Why, you afraid I'm get more Tyranid stuff? Ones that can actually hurt you more?
I'm afraid we won't be able to come back home if you go into one of their stores.
You wouldn't either!
No, I would save money for gas. There's the difference between me and you. Hey, Chris. He says, "Howdy, folks." And Wolf Brother Hobbies. Hello, Mythos. He says, "Hello,
we have 3
beautiful
Chris's on
people."
right now.
And Walkabout. And everybody's chit-chatting. Yep.
We actually have all 3 Chris's.
Holy cow, that's a good thing to share there, Telemachus. Some info. He says in 2024, GameFound hosted 8 of the top 10 biggest board game campaigns, raised over $165 million, signaling strong competitive rise as a dedicated alternative to the industry giants. And you know what? It is an alternative when these guys go and these people get together and they get games on Kickstarter or GameFound. You're getting the game to you cheaper than it is if a big corporate conglomerate who has stockholders gets it and forks out all this money. So, um, game GameFound, as I said earlier, Kickstarter needs to watch out. GameFound is just really, really rolling up behind on them. And Mr. Chris Arnold says he played a new game this weekend. Pac-Man Fever, waka waka waka. Yeah, Pac-Man Fever. Um, yeah, Mini Worma says it's us Gen Xers who are grown up and have money to play the games we grew up with. That part of that I believe is true too. Bo Paints Mini say that codices are absolute upon release, kind of like a cell phone, huh, Bo? As soon as you buy that thing, it's already outdated. They already got a better one waiting to release in 6 months. Yep. And Chris Arnold says, who is saying Games Workshop is dying, they will continue to price their product as they are all along, as long as it sells. Lots of people on the internet are saying it's dying. I don't think so, though. That's my take. I see that there's people disgruntled, but there's always been disgruntled people with them. And, one page rules picked up a lot of those people, and a lot of us who are play it anyways because it's a nice set of rules, but they're not. I don't think they're going anywhere. Telemachus says some of the local people have stopped buying the new 40K books. They went back to 7th edition, what they like. I personally prefer 6th before escalation. That is true. I've heard people saying that. So they're not going to stop buying the miniatures and the boxes and stuff, but some of them aren't going any forward with new editions. Personally, it's hard for me to keep up with it because I don't think a new codex should be released every other year. It's kind of crazy to do that. I could see once every 7, 8, 10 years or something, kind of like Final Fantasy did with uh, Star Wars X-Wings. Like I said before, they went 10 years without releasing a new update, but they had to because it's a Star Wars game and they needed to include how the Force would affect pilots and whatnot. So I just don't see the need for so many updates. Like we just got 10 and now they're talking about 11 coming out. I'm not even used to 10th edition yet, so to be honest with you, probably just stay at 10th edition. Mini Worma says apparently he's getting older, as there's a sign he's getting older. He prefers One Piece minis now. Well, then Aliens, you still got to build them too. Yeah, Kickstarter does support more than board games, Telemachus says. GameFound has board games at the moment. You are correct, sir. I'm just saying the amount of money funneling through GameFound and games being launched. And as a gamer, I'm going to Kickstarter for games. So I got my mic set there while back, years ago. It works okay. I gave one to Keegan, but it's not what I thought it would be. It's it's supposed to be an all-in-one. And it works, but it's just not what I thought it would be. But then again, there's that famous Kickstarter story of the guy who, raised $30,000 or whatever because he needed funds. He was making a new potato salad, and everybody got his potato salad recipe. And so once people heard about that, boy, they ran too. So, Wolf Brother Hobbies. He says he does agree editions and codexes change too often. I think they do. I think you need to give people it. It feels like as soon as you get used to it, it changes. Um, that's kind of too soon. But the chit chat on different channels I had seen where they're all talking about, oh, I think it's dying. I'm like, no, it's not gonna die. It's not gonna die off, man. They're like I said, they're the juggernaut in the industry on that, and they're not going nowhere. I mean, if they price things too high, they're gonna see their sales go down, and then they'll readjust because they kind of they bounce around a bit, and you can't always say, well, it's material going up because their material is very very low cost, compared to other materials for other things. So they make really good money on a box. But it would be nice if they would slow up the additions just a bit. Because even with 11th coming out, honestly, I'm just going to stick with 10th for a while. I mean, I got back into it on 8th, and then I barely got to get that going, and then 9th, and then I barely got that going, and then 10th. And it's like, I just want to stop for a minute and get used to my guys. Or I had all those cards, then I had to buy new cards. Um, and some of that is obvious. They're just trying to make money. But, it's it'll burn them to a degree. So, but they certainly are not going anywhere. And Warhammer as a game is not going to die. If anything, there's far more new people coming in just from the Space Marine games. You know what I mean? Well, hello, Winters SEO. Games Workshop is not interested in us. We have already bought. He says we already have paid for stuff. They want the new sales. You are correct. Nobody agrees, and I don't agree with their shenanigans at all. Um, I'm just saying, as far as there seems to be a lot of chit chat about them go, not making it and Warhammer dying, and I just don't see that. Um, I am happy with their models for the ones that I have purchased so far. I've never had junk models. I don't think it's junk what they produce. I do think it is overpriced, and I do not think they need to constantly change the codexes and nerf this group because it's too strong because people are upset. I mean, it's a game. If you get beat, refigure your tactics. If the other side's stronger, refigure how you're going to use your guys. That's part of the fun of it. And Worma says you don't have to get the new Games Workshop stuff. Play older editions. That is becoming popular. Yes, there are people that are staying back with earlier editions. Weird World War II, Brian, he stays with first edition. That's what he likes. He started playing it 35 years ago. That's what he likes. Winter says a third of all sales is people coming in within the last year. Yeah, we've kind of been touching on that, Winters, as we've been talking, because with the release of Space Marine, the video game, there has been an awful lot of video gamers that didn't even know Warhammer existed, much less it existed to play on a table, right? So it's kind of like Fallout and the show on Amazon. It's a great show, and all of us gamers know about Fallout. But boy, there's a whole ton of people that didn't know Fallout existed that are going to start playing the game, buying the miniatures, doing the RPG. You know what I mean? So yes, I think Games Workshop needs to kind of worry about its long-standing customers, not just the surge from the new interest coming in. But and Telemachus says, yeah, it's a profit-driven model. The business relies on selling new, often more powerful models and books, not new but redone. Um, yes. So again, I agree with you guys. I mean, I don't think there should be a new codex every 2 years. I mean, give people a chance to get to learn it and have fun with it. But at $60 or $65 a whack, the stores are making money. They're making money, whatever they sell it to the store for, and so on. And Oh, Mythos, you know Winters. Hey, cool. Well, welcome, Winters. We're not used to seeing you here. If you're a friend of Mythos, that's cool. We're here every Sunday, 4 p.m. We try to invade Mythos' show when we can, too.
Well, now that he changed it a little bit earlier.
And hello, Kim Nix. How are you? Welcome to our insanity. Old Hammer versus New Hammer. Yeah, there's a lot of people with lots of stances. I guess I just enjoy gaming in general. So if I play a game, of course I'd like to win. Am I angry if I lose? No, because I got to play. And in the end, that's just what we're here. We've been doing is just like to game.
Yeah, Greg don't have a problem with losing to any of my guys. Keegan, on the other hand, he don't like losing.
Keegan doesn't
He
like it.
refuses to play against my Tyranids. He refuses to play against my Death Guard too.
I think Winters, you're right. Why can't we have something for both the old school boys and the new ones? Because the point is to game with each other. Like if you've been doing this for 30 years, I want to game with you. You know why? Because you've been doing it for 30 years. I haven't, and I'm going to learn. So it's okay to have opinions and whatnot. I want to learn the game better because I've only been doing it for about 8th edition. So I'm not an expert. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm a Warhammer expert. So I think old hammer, new hammer, like Nick said there, as Kim Nick there said, I think both of them should play because boy, you can learn from the people who've been at it. And Winters, you've been at it for 40 years, then you need to teach me, sir or ma'am. But I need to learn. Kim Nix, you know what? Unfortunately, I kind of agree with you to a point there because she's saying I agree, but the mega corporations can't make good new stuff because anytime they put money before whatever it is, it doesn't matter what you're making. Notice you lose the quality to get the cheaper stuff. Doesn't matter if it's coffee. Trust me, I know coffee quite well, and same thing. To get greedy, find a cheaper blend, a cheaper grind. It affects the taste, but it still sells. But now they've got an extra profit per bag, and so it's the same. They've got to stop and go, hey, if I want to have happy campers, we're going to spread the word for me. Let's make it good. Because especially the old school that have been doing it all this time, these to me are the dedicated, loyal fan base that they should be trying to continue in because these are the people who know the game by heart, who are going to be able to help newcomers, and which in turn helps them grow. And they need to put that, I think, before all this greed. The greed is just in everything has gotten to be it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
Maybe Wormup says I'd rip them all the hero clicks off their bases and rebase them. Wolf Brother Hobbies Miso says he's been around since 7th edition, but I think 8th is his favorite. I thought you were around a lot longer, Mythos. You're like a literal walking.
No, it's
library.
Brian. World War One.
Yeah, but he
started with like 1 and 2 kind of thing, and then
he stayed with 1. When 2 came out, he didn't like
or
it.
Something like that.
He still plays, but with 1st edition. And Mythos thinks 8th is his favorite so far.
8th was pretty easy. 9th was just a joke. 10th was eh.
I think 10th was better than 9th, to be honest with you. But again, I haven't been doing it for 35, 40 years. So Bo says Simple's his goal is to have his Death Guard 100% done to a high tabletop standard somewhere before 12th edition drops. Yeah, I mean, paint them the best that you can. I'd play even if they weren't painted, but I just prefer to paint them. But I would never turn down a game just because they weren't painted or
Honestly, I still have some of my Tyranids that aren't painted. I just stopped.
And Bo Paints Mini says, "Oh, he farts dust." um, so that's the thing. I just, I understand changes come along, and you gotta kind of roll with them. It's just the codexes to me are just too much too fast. And there is a surge coming in, even though there's some that have left. That that new surge is really driving sales. They shouldn't get too giddy at the top because everybody here who's been doing it, hardcore loyal fans, they need to remind them. Winter says favorite editions are 5th, 8th, 10th, and
Is that 105?
105th. Is that what you're saying? 10th edition is sound. Yeah. Here's looking out for 11th. 10th edition to me was good overall. But again, I only started, I got into 8th just before it went to 9th. So, um, it's only been, what, 4 or 5 years, whatever. It's not been a terribly long time. But 10th edition is okay so far. Fireman go, hello, how are you? Welcome to the insanity that is Gamers of Coffee. We appreciate you being here. And Tofu, 1987. Uh, Kim Nick says second is Peak. Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. So if you favor that, then play it. That's kind of how I look at it. You don't have to change a codex, or if you're gaming with a group of friends or whoever you're gaming with, if everybody agrees to go off of whatever, then that's okay too. Personally, I would like to learn a little bit more about the earlier editions, you guys, because it would give me something to kind of compare it to. Mini Wormut says, what's the scale of Whiz Kids? Mech Warrior Death from Above miniatures? They look like 10
Hold on, I'll find out.
millimeter. I really don't know, but Ashley will look it up for you. Fire Mango says nothing will ever outdo first edition. A friend of mine from World War II there has his own channel. He loves first edition.
10.
They're 10 millimeter mini Wormut, Ashley says. Telemachus says, yeah, 1/300th.
This says 1/160.
Game was produced in 2003.
Miniatures are designed to fit within 6 to 10 millimeter scale range,
There you go, mini
allowing
Wormut.
for flexibility in gameplay and setup.
Did you hear what she said, or you could say it a little louder there?
They want me to talk louder?
Well, not too much. We have,
Where'd it go? See, it says the Mech Warrior miniatures produced by WizKids are typically sized around 10 millimeter, which is closer to model Railroad N scale, 1/160th. However, some units may vary in size, with infantry figures being about 12 millimeter and non-mechs around 10. The miniatures are designed to fit within a 6 to 10 millimeter scale range, allowing for flexibility in gameplay and setup.
Yeah, that's a lot. Thank you for looking that up, babe. That's nice. Oh, Ice Wolf's like, nah. A laughing fish. That's cool. So there you go, Mini Warm-Up. There's your answer. WizKids puts out some interesting stuff, man. There were some things there I'd like to get. But again, this room's so big, you guys can see our shelves. And behind the fake brick wall is, more stuff. So
There's more games back there.
it's just, we're kind of out of room as it is. That doesn't mean I don't want more different
we
games.
might have to move our big bags, babe, into the closet and then pull the Bethesda games out.
Yeah.
Because they're in there, we just don't play with them when they're in there because they're behind there not thinking about it.
And for those of you listening on Podbean, thank you. I appreciate you liking the show. And you're free to make comments too. I can see them. So it's Well, hello, Jeff from Hex to Hex.
Jeffy!
How are you, sir? And so, yeah, we appreciate you guys out there in podcast land listening to. Ice Wolf, you're in Med Bay, huh? You got to watch it with Mini Warma running the games, man. You never know where you'll end up.
Speaking of, when are we supposed to get our next part?
Well, yeah, you'll have to wait for him and Mythos to get together on that. And then Mini Warma, did you see the comment I made about the one roll where you had me and Jeff, and it was 666 on the rolls? And when I made that comment on YouTube on your video, they striked it. They struck that out. I've never seen that before. Ice Wolf says, Mini Warma, you need new dice. I died before I could do anything. So for those of you who are newer joining us this week, Mini Warma loves to do some solo stuff, and he puts some of us in the games. My guy actually got leveled up, although I didn't roll very well. Well, I'd say Mini Warma didn't roll very well for me, so dice don't like my character. But I did ended up hitting a level 2, so Ranger, so at least that's something. Tolmika says OG Battletech was roughly 285th. Clicks was 300, a bit bigger. The N-scale nonsense online isn't really correct depending on your definition of scale. Train scales are different than game scales. Yes, boy, they are. Much, much different. Winter says, it's hard to stay in any hobby for 10 years. Golf, train spotting, whatever. The hobby changes around you. It's not the same hobby you started 10 years ago. Unlike golf or train spotting. That is true. And some of that though, Winters, I think is perception, and then there's the company greed. It just changes. It changes when they start doing things like that. You know, they drive some of their long-standing, hardcore fans who could cite lore off the top of their head to the side, and they really shouldn't do that. It should be for both old and new school people on the games. So yeah, it's kind of like Mini Warmat says, I'm not responsible for the dice, but you're the one that rolls them, sir. So, but no, you can't really be responsible for the dice. Not everything, even the digital dice that you get on your phone. I've tried different versions. Sometimes it'll roll the same number 2 or 3 times in a row. So I just thought that it was funny that 3 out of 4 dice were 666, and I happen to be involved in that. So thank you, sir. Golf. Jeff says golf. Woo woo. Closest we've got to golf, Jeff, is miniature golf. Not real golf, but miniature golf. Although, if you chase each other around with the golf clubs, they tend to not let you back on the golf course. Slimika says much of the new scale lists are box scales that are based on infantry, which are off scale to mechs to begin with. Yeah, they are, because Battletech, that's all technically 6mm. That's why the mechs are the size they are. So, you should be scaling everything off that.
What's up, baby?
Next game, Ice Wolf says, I'd like to be at the start of the game, hiding behind a big wall and use a +1 speed to get away and shoot with the +1 from a distance. Yeah, that'd be nice to start every game that way, wouldn't it, Ice Wolf? And Mythos from Wolf Brother Hobby says, that's a really good point. 10 years does change a lot. It does. And the people that were in it grow out of it. Some people stay in it. I guess my problem is I haven't grown up, you guys. So it's a trap, everybody says. I do my adult stuff, adulting as they call it, but I still want a game and still want to do stuff well I can, Some of the mechs are roughly twice the thickness, but not twice the height. Telemachus says, well, technically, as something gets bigger and grows out, height-wise also. Mythos says, man, I haven't thought of mini golfing in ages. That was always fun. Yeah, take the family out sometime, Mythos, and just go miniature golfing. Just for the heck of it. Mini Wormwood says, well, Ice Wolf, you have to get your quick reaction die roll. That can be possible. Well, there you go. Simply the Rob, welcome. Simply the Rob to this live show here. We are also doing a live show on YouTube at the same time. So a lot of the people I'm talking to are the questions coming from there. Feel free to ask a question also. Just because it's a podcast, you don't have to, you can always ask questions if you want, and I can see them pop up on the screen. So feel free to do so. We're just talking a whole bunch of different gaming at the moment. And Mini Wormwood says, I admit those dudes wiped the Star Wolves all over the place. Yep, Mini Wormwood is running an RPG with several of the people in the audience or in the groups that he's gaming with. And so it's...
Actually, I think all of them are.
Yeah, quite a few of them. Jeff, of course.
Oh, no, Meneline.
Jeff, they made him a cleric. Of all things, I just don't see Jeff. But he's a cleric. So, that's pretty cool, too. And actually, Jeff does very well in the game.
Yeah, get out from underneath there.
My guy, being a ranger, didn't go so well. But either way, I survived the game that Mini Wormwood put on. So my character is good for the next round, the next round. Had to be somebody smart, Hex to Hex. Hey, true. I admire your humility and being humble there, Jeff. That's amazing. It's amazing. That's amazing. Yep, but the cleric does have to be somebody who's smart. My guy just runs around looking to do whatever and stop at the local, whatever tavern serves coffee, he'll be there. Bo says, I'll play a cleric, but I will not play the party's default heal bot. Okay. There you go. See, you gotta take a character that you want to play. Mini Wormwood offered me a different character. I can't remember what it was, Mini Wormwood, but it was more like a wizard or something like that, or a sorcerer or some kind of. And that's not what I like to really play in the games. So they had a ranger, so I took that class, which would be okay. And Mini Wormwood just says the next adventures take a turn. So yeah, all the adventures will take a turn, and once you get the Fallout RPG, Mini Wormwood and Walkabout, that'll be interesting. And Bo Paints Benny says that if I play the cleric, I will proselytize my character's religion to the other characters. Oh, there you go. So you all get along. Kim Nick said, my dad and his brothers always made me the cleric growing up. Well, cleric is a popular class on that. So thanks, Mini Wormwood. He says, if you die next. No. My poor little rogue guy barely made it out from that, whatever that thing had, 100 eyes or whatever. So no, it's okay. If I seen a giant eyeball floating in a maze, I just be like, hey man, it's yours. I'm out. It's like the horror house movies. They walk in the house and the house says, get out. Then they stand there and fumble in the dark. Nope. If it says get out, you get out. Leave the house. Go away. It can have the house. You don't fumble around in the dark, right?
It's like spiders.
It's at least that's my take on it. So yeah. But that's what you got to do. You got to do, and you never know. Actually, you might show up in one of these games. You never know. You just might.
I am in one of the games. I'm confused.
What game? No, a different game. Like one of the ones Mini War must do. It's okay.
I better not because that's not cool.
Yes, it would be. We would make you Mini Warmut. He's not gonna because he says Ashley complains too much. You can make her point. She could be the character that goes out on point first. Always into that. You go into that dungeon or that dark room first.
Oh, like Twilight, you guys left, you decided to go one way. But I'm just like, oh no, we'll go up over here. We can come back around them. No. You three ended up going the one way and leaving me by myself.
You were the sniper in the back. You were supposed to be in the back, like Overwatch protecting us.
I had no shot because you guys were in front of me.
Then you're not a good sniper. You shoot around your own people. You don't shoot through.
You can't curve bullets.
Oh, in the movies you can. You ever see them go poo and it curves that thing? I know it's not realistic. I'm just saying. Yeah, Mini Warm-Up. Maybe you're right. He says no matter what class she picks, she'll complain. Wah, wah, wah. Now, for those of you, Kim Next and the others that are in there, Mini Wormut and my wife go back and forth on. You'd think they both were trained by WWE with the SmackDown that comes up all the time. So poor Telemachus, when he first ran across them, he's like, oh, I'm heading for the bunker. I'm like, no, it's okay. That's just what they do. So, yeah, don't take it wrong. They kind of pick at each other all the time. But it's okay. Ashley likes it. Picks on him right back.
He wants to give me shit, I'm going to give it right back.
Yeah. You just got to be careful, Mini Wormut. If you throw a snowball, she tends to go get a bulldozer. You have to...
No, mine would be an ice ball.
Nice. An ice ball. But you got to have some fun, right? I mean...
Telemachus got shot in the back?
They shot you in the back, Telemachus?
You don't have very good teammates.
Wow. It's kind of like in Zombicide if you're in the zone and someone says, well, I'm going to roll for it. Oh, sorry, Greg. That's okay.
Like you went and destroyed all of us in Aliens?
No, you got to keep bringing that up. I can't bring up you collapsing in the chair, which, by the way, there's a short clip you guys see it, chair versus human. So I can't bring up when the chair broke on you live. You can't bring up when I grenaded all of us in the hallway in Aliens. It wasn't my fault.
You laughed at me and then checked on the models before you checked on your wife.
Okay, anybody out there, we all know how expensive models are. So when she fell, I didn't realize. I laughed first before I asked her if she was okay. But the models are expensive. Bo Paintsman says, put a rock in there. And if the cleric has to use the spell, find traps. Your rogue is not doing their job. Yeah, correct. No snowballs in the desert, because that's where Mini Wormut lives. Clerics are great if you use all the spells that aren't healing. See, I'm not so much a spellcaster as I'm just like to get out there and fight. And, yep. Hello, Johnny. How are you, sir? Let's see here. Warpo the Mythos says, we three asked. We had short-range weapons. We went to the right because there was more cover that way. It was a tactical decision. That is correct, Wolf Brother Hobbies is replying to Ashley saying she was left alone.
I still don't understand how he didn't get caught trying to do a stealth kill and fail.
Uh-oh, Ashley. Mini Warbutt just got you. He goes, wait. In Twilight 2000, we start off with a female driver running into a parked vehicle.
Admitted that was the plan the whole freaking time.
That's true, Mini Warbutt.
So that wasn't on me. It didn't matter what I rolled. It was going to destroy your vehicle anyway.
That's what the Game Master was doing.
He wanted it that way, so I cannot be blamed on that one.
Yeah, Keegan was running the show on that.
Either way, it would have been destroyed. It just depended on what I rolled to what part of it got destroyed.
So you were fated to crash into a car.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was quite interesting. She She didn't really have a choice.
And you know what? That female saved your ass numerous times.
Minnie Warma says, I do not recall due to a concussion. No, I'm just joking.
No, because he was a hick. He was a hillbilly with a Chevy.
Well, he was in it for
Wasn't that
himself.
what his character was? A hillbilly?
With the Chevy truck, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. It's all right. See, that's part of the fun of that. And that, again, it's just, Mythos is laughing.
Oh, that's a farmer. I'm sorry, a farmer.
Something, yeah. A farmer. Well, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, that's what happens. You never really know. It is interesting how things play out sometimes. So, what the hell? Then some numbnut wanted to bury our weapons.
That numbnut.
Me? I didn't want to bury our weapons.
Yes.
I said we could if we were coming back for them.
So, not me.
If I remember
we
right.
had a freaking vehicle we could have put the bigger stuff in.
That many words says that's what I do. The group sucked. Yeah. You
could have left at any
point. Was your idea. I thought it was your idea to bury him.
I'm going to have to now go back and see
We're
whose
going to
idea
go back,
it was.
yeah, and find out. And that's when he wanted out.
He said that numerous times that he wanted out.
Yeah.
He only stayed with us because we owed him a new truck.
Yeah, his character was owed a truck for sure. I mean, but that's okay. In an apocalypse, see, that's where all of us gamers are going to do good. Well, everybody's panicking. The system might collapse and blah, 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 blah. Most of us are like, yeah, that's cool. We've been waiting for that. We've been running scenarios and games on that. So, oh no more work, no more bills. We have to barter with our neighbors and work with people. I don't know if we could do that. Minnie Wormont says, I should have made peace with those dudes we encountered first and turn on you guys. Hey, that's not so much cool.
Who was it that ended up making them go and you guys getting caught? Wasn't it Brian? Because he slipped or something like that and made noise, or was it you?
I don't remember specifically.
Because Mythos ran up and tried to stealthily
take one of the guys
KO
out.
one of them, and then failed that. So those two were kind of back and forth. And then it was either you or Brian.
I saved Mythos a couple times, though.
That ended up making a noise.
I don't know. Hello, Mr. Bad Guys. I can tell you where they buried their weapons. Oh, nice, Mythos. Brian's heel turns. Yeah. Chris says I'm more Cheez-It American. Yeah, see, so maybe our Twilight 2000 RPG was a bit dysfunctional.
A bit? That was a messed up. We only did, 4 episodes?
No, we did a couple, but I think it was Keegan's work that ended up bouncing everything to the point, and then all this other stuff that came up, other things. But
I think we all ended up with something having.
Now happened. We're just in different ones, so.
Those were all lives,
I kind of like Minnie Wormont having me stuck in as a rogue in one of these games because he can play the game out and then I can just sit and let it play in the background while I'm doing whatever at the desk here. You're going to buy that game and maybe you'll GM it. You would probably like it, Minnie Wormont, and you'd be good at it. I'll lose.
Oh, that was only a year ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't too far back.
Because we did it, once a month?
Well, we were striving to, but just too many things came up. So, and you can't help things. So it's all good. You can only do what you can do because you got to take care of the things in life first.
So, yeah. Character creation. I was at work because I couldn't get off. You and Keegan were up at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And
Telemachus says only a year ago. You know what? Time goes too fast, don't it, Telemachus? It's just already February is already almost gone, you guys, and here comes March in a few more days, a week or whatever, and it just I don't know. Time goes too fast. So yeah, a year ago is a year ago, but it wasn't too terribly long ago. It's funny when I was sitting here going, didn't realize I'm heading towards 9 years doing this until YouTube reminded me and a few other things, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, 8+ years, and just here, have fun, chit chat with everybody. Mini Wormut says we should play the game offline and then upload it later. Yes, that would probably work. And then that way you could edit it down to a bit as opposed to it being too long.
We got technically 4 episodes.
They were back in what time?
This was the last one 1 year ago. Boomer down.
Boomer was down, yeah, but what was the date?
It just says 1 year ago. June or January 9th. So it just did pass a year. A month ago, basically.
So we go back to January 9th of 2025. And
that was the last one.
That was the last one.
So we technically started it 2024 then.
Yeah.
I believe. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, we did start.
Yeah, because the first one was like 2.5 hour show. No, October 24th was the actual first play. RPG play.
October 24th.
Was your birthday.
Yeah. And Linkster says time does go fast. Sorry, Linkster. He said he lost his wife 8 years ago, man. My condolences on that. I'm sorry. And your child turns 16 next month. Yeah. Now, see how fast they grow up, sir? They grow up very, very fast. And Telemachus says Twilight 2000 4th edition has solo rules. Okay. Who was on the ground bleeding out?
Actually, I think they both did at one point.
Mythos or you? I know both of you were injured because
Brian was in the first one in that first battle we came across. I think he ended up being shot, and then Mythos ended up being shot or stabbed or something in the last one, where it was Boomer down. After the show, I'm going to be rewatching them.
Yeah, Ashley's going to rewatch them all, I'm sure. Linkster says, I need him out of the house so I have room for more games.
I mean, that's what we kind of did.
Yeah, well, once they left, that's why, and for those of you that joined new tonight, we appreciate you being here also, but that's why you see dead space on the ceiling and all that. And so most of everybody that comes around regularly, they know this was the kids' gaming room, so we just kept it for gaming. Mini Wormwood says, yeah, where was our protection, sniper lady? Well, I'm sorry, Work for Other Hobbies. He can't remember that far back. He's been diagnosed with CRS. We know it. We know what that's like. We all suffer from that. And there's a hearing disability that goes along with that, too. It's a selective hearing disorder. I think Ashley has it. Hey, babe, can you get some housework done? I come home. And she bought miniatures. Not what I asked. But, I guess it was in that direction. What? Uh-oh.
You ain't going to ever let me live down that burrito incident, huh?
I haven't brought that up in a long time. You just brought it up. That's okay, though. It's okay. I couldn't get lunch, but it was for a good reason. So, it's all good. Right, Mythos? It all works out.
Did my comment come in?
Huh?
No,
where's your comment?
Right after Mythos's. Scroll down.
It did earlier.
But this last one did not. Huh.
I don't know. Well, anywho, it all works out for the good. It does make for a good story, yep. I try not to repeat myself. Just some
Liar.
things I can't help but mention chair versus human, chair versus
Almost
human.
every episode that comes up.
Nope. No, it's gone. It'll be now several weeks in a row. I'm just promoting the video. It's 40 seconds of people time. I think they can watch it and judge for themselves. Everybody wants to be
I'm not
famous.
saying it was funny.
You can be famous this way. I'd like to see it go viral and get like a couple million views.
No.
That'd be fantastic. Right, Mythos? Fantastic. However, not sure if that will happen or not, but hey, it could. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. A work week coming up.
I am not looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, Ashley starts her new job tomorrow morning, you guys. 6 to 2 in the morning for her first week of training. Benny Worma, 4 Against the Darkness does have co-op. It does? Well, you do really good against that. With that, Benny Worma, just on your own there. You did a pretty good job. I seen your comments. People liked it, and it went through pretty well. So, I don't know. Stick with what works for you. Just like when you go to do the Fallout RPG, if you've got those miniatures you can throw in there too, then that would work out pretty cool also. Because you got a box of them now, and then you said you ordered more, so there you go. There you go.
She's right behind you. Don't roll back.
Who, the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, she fell asleep finally?
She's finally asleep.
Finally asleep. But anyways, you guys, I think we'll go ahead and call it an evening so you guys can get some dinner and we can get some dinner and get things figured out.
Oh, we still have to go to the store.
Yeah. Well, hey, for all the new ones that showed up tonight, we appreciate that. For all of everybody that shows up all the time, we greatly appreciate that. It makes a big deal of difference to the end of the week and the beginning of a new week. So, we appreciate it. Hey, Nagawa, how are you, sir?
He's been in here. He's just been quiet.
Yeah.
That's why I said we have all 3 Chris's.
Oh, yeah, you said that earlier, but I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Nagawa. I didn't know you were there, but thank you for being here. And Charles. So 5 parsecs from home, Hellhound Group. Yeah, and give me your feedback next show how you like this service that we're using. It's a little more restrictive than what I'm used to, but the comments do come through much faster. So let me know if you guys think I should keep using this as opposed to what I was doing. I would appreciate the feedback. All right. We're going to let you guys go. And let's see here. I'm still not used to all this. So have a good rest of your week. Take care of your family. And I hope I see you guys next week. So show up. We appreciate it. And take care of yourselves. Because the most important thing you got, your health. Without it, you really can't play. So, bye, guys.